Everyone laughed at the faded jacket, until the Admiral's face went white. What he saw stitched on her shoulder wasn't just a patch. It was a ghost from a mission that never officially existed. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. It started in a crowded naval cafe in Norfolk, Virginia. Rain drummed on the windows, and the air smelled of salt and coffee. At a corner table sat a woman in her mid-30s, hair tied back, sleeves rolled, her jacket old enough to tell its own story. The fabric was torn near the cuffs, the color long faded. Yet on her shoulder, one patch remained perfectly intact, an eagle clutching a broken trident, its thread slightly frayed, but its presence unmissable. When three young sailors walked in, loud and laughing, she barely looked up. But they noticed her. "Hey, look at that antique," one of them said, pointing. "Did she steal that from a museum, or what?" Laughter followed, the kind that cuts deeper than words. She didn't flinch, just stirred her coffee, her eyes focused on the steam rising from the cup. One of them stepped closer. "You know, ma'am, wearing Navy symbols you didn't earn is a federal offense." The woman finally looked up, her calm eyes unsettlingly steady. "You think I didn't earn it?" she said softly. The tension thickened. A few older veterans nearby stopped eating. One of them whispered, "That patch, it can't be real." And then, the door opened. An admiral walked in, his presence commanding instant silence. His medals glinted even in the dull cafe light. Everyone straightened instinctively. But as his gaze swept across the room, it froze on her. For a long moment, he didn't move. His jaw clenched, eyes fixed on that patch. Then he stepped forward, his boots echoing like thunder on the tile floor. "Where did you get that jacket?" he asked. The sailors smirked, thinking they'd finally exposed her. But the woman stood slowly, saluted, and replied, "Sir, permission to speak freely." The admiral's face softened. He nodded. "Operation Tidefall, Philippine Coast, 2010. You ordered us to evacuate the locals before the typhoon hit. We lost half the unit that night. I was the last medic left." The cafe went silent. The young sailors blinked in disbelief. The admiral took a shaky breath. "That mission was classified. We never spoke of it again." His voice broke slightly. "I thought no one made it out alive." She smiled faintly. "Most didn't, sir. But someone had to stay behind to pull the wounded through the flood. I guess that someone was me." For a moment, even the rain outside seemed to pause. The admiral's hand trembled as he reached out and touched the patch on her shoulder, reverently, almost afraid it would vanish. "You saved my son that night," he whispered. "You dragged him out of the wreck before it sank." The sailors stood frozen, faces drained of color. The oldest veteran in the corner wiped his eyes. She thought she'd never see him again. The narrator's voice softens. She was wrong. The admiral straightened, turned to the young sailors, and said quietly but firmly, "You're looking at one of the few who stood when everyone else fell. Show some respect." The sailors snapped to attention, their earlier arrogance melting into shame. Then the admiral saluted her, not as a superior to a subordinate, but as one survivor to another. The cafe erupted in soft applause. Strangers rose to their feet, some with tears in their eyes. For the first time in years, she felt seen, not as a ghost of a forgotten war, but as proof that courage doesn't fade with time. It endures quietly, stitched into old fabric, and carried through storms. Because true honor doesn't shout, it whispers through those who lived it. And sometimes, the bravest stories are worn, not told. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button, share it with someone who believes in quiet heroes, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Your words mean more than you think.